Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, we're Happy Heartbreak from Seattle, Washington. We take ourselves really seriously. We're on our February Feels tour down here in San Diego, and we're just excited to get our music out. We hate Alan.
Welcome, Happy Heartbreak.
There we go.
Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you. And I'm glad you brought whiskey.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's why we're happy to have you.
You can't have Happy Heartbreak without whiskey.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So tell me who you guys are. Let's do one of those.
Yeah, my name is Craig Suede, and I'm the singer-songwriter of Happy Heartbreak.
I'm Greg Olson. I'm the bass player.
My name is Kylie Dobler. I'm a Capricorn.
We call him Shades.
And I'm Alan De La Rosa. I play guitar in the band as well.
I'm tired of dating potential. I'm tired of being a work in progress. I'm tired of trying to be the idea I have stuck in my head. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be more honest. But if self-help is like the weather, I feel horribly underdressed. Seattle skies don't cry for me. I'm getting by, sleeping in my Jeep. She said, oh, I thought you'd give everything for us. I said, oh, I'll give anything but up.
So you're the one who does all the coke.
Yeah, I do all the coke.
Bass player
And
doesn't
none
do
of the
coke,
hookers.
yeah.
Okay.
Shades, just heroin.
Isaac Crack.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good
Keeps
man.
him awake.
Good man.
I do the bath salts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to pass it?
Yeah. Do the
with that
thing.
one.
Take that out
Oh,
with
yeah?
that
Like
mic
thing?
stand.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be so
Awkwardly
lovely.
So Patreon supporters, if we get to, let's just pull a number out of my ass. If we get to say 200 per thing, we'll be able to buy an 8-channel Focusrite preamp. So
Yeah,
we won't have to share
actually-
microphones.
Yeah, interview a full band
Yeah, right.
the way it should be done.
Yeah. It'll make all of your lives so much easier, Patreon supporters.
Every last 4 of you.
It'll make Davey's life easier.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, there's like 30 people that listen to this, okay?
Hey. Damn. I didn't know we were going to get so much exposure from this.
That's right.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, like, I just got so
Did
excited.
you get nervous? Yeah, did you get nervous?
Ooh, okay. Wow, all right.
So
Yeah,
you
man.
guys just
Your guys'
drove,
show is going to be packed tonight.
Yeah. You guys just drove into San Diego like just now.
Yeah, we just got into town.
Okay. And
We
you
were
were-
in
go
we were
ahead.
in Long Beach last night, so we played at D Piazza's. It was a fun show. I forgot how much I hate LA. So it was good to be back and talking to bands that like don't give a shit about you or care that you're on tour. It's like,
At all.
At
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing is actually the venue, the way how excited the fucking venues are in LA when you show up and you're like, "Hi, we're the band." I love that they're like so pumped. It's like being home again. They're like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's great.
you
It's
know?
really awesome. You can almost smell the go fuck yourself when
They
you
have
walk
a
in.
bag of shit ready to like slap you in the face with it.
They're like, "Do you need something? Because I'm working." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Can I have a drink ticket, please?" And they're like, "Here's one. Share it between the band."
Yeah, exactly.
It's for everyone.
Exactly.
So this is the February Feels tour, and it's a month long. You're back on the 26th, right?
Yeah, we get
in
back
Seattle?
right at the end of February, so it's only about 2.5 weeks.
That's pretty. But you're hitting a bunch of places. I mean, you guys have a lot of shows in those 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're trying to play every night. We just have a couple days of driving that we purposely took off, and I'm so glad we did. I'm trying to get down from Oregon down to the Bay. We gave ourselves an extra day, and we went and took pictures by the ocean and all that.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yay.
And then we have another driving day coming up this next week once we start heading up towards through Vegas and Salt Lake City.
Nice.
Sweet.
How'd you guys all connect with each other? I know you guys worked together here.
Yeah, Tinder.
Grindr.
Farmersmeat.com.
Oh, what's the new one?
Oh, it's the Hater app.
Oh,
You guys seen that?
Hater.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan
Oh, that's
taught me
so
about
wonderful.
Hater.
I hate so much.
Hate Alan.
Right?
So yeah, we all met on a mutual hatred of Alan here, and we decided let's make a band out of it.
That's see, I've always treated every dating app as hater all along. Like in the like section, I've always put everything that isn't this, everything that isn't that, not this, not that. Yeah.
So how's that working out for you, Davey?
Singly lonely, I guess. Would be a good lonely.
Very cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we met.
There you go. What was the mutual hated things that brought you guys
It was
together?
me, actually.
Mainly just Alan.
That's sad.
Alan, the hardest part about being in a band with Alan De La Rosa is that, and don't tell him, but he's a very talented player. Sorry, no one at home can see that, but I held my hand up so he couldn't hear me.
As if that helps.
However, on Facebook, because he's such a troll, his name is Harold,
Harold Robin Davidson. You should look it up.
and it's this weird
Don't
fat
look it
white
up. I can
dude
tell
on his
already.
profile picture. And so this whole tour and like leading up to it, I've been trying to promote by like tagging my bandmates, and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is Harold?" We hate Harold.
Yeah, I literally I edited my name and I just Googled white dude and I went like 3 pages down and I found one. And it's great because the first week everyone's like, "What the hell? Who's this random old white guy that I never had before?"
Yeah. It's like Patton Oswalt.
Oh, we're definitely
With-
going to put that on
Oh
our
yeah,
site.
looking
John
at that.
That's
Goodman.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and so I started like commenting on my friends and family's
Oh my
posts,
God.
like giving kiss emojis and stuff, and like people would unfriend me, and then like during like the next week, people would like text me or message me and like, "Hey man, like what's up with this Harold dude? Like I unfriended him and I realized it was you, and I'm sorry, but like what the hell?" And so it's just been this huge trolling joke, and it's been
That's fantastic.
such a treat.
So on every tour date now, people message me and they're like, "I was gonna come to your show, but who the hell is this Harold guy?"
creeping me out.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Maybe next tour.
I was gonna come to your show to see Harold, but then I saw he backed out of the tour.
That's rad. What instrument would Harold play? Is what I want to know.
Skin flute.
Guitar.
Guitar.
He definitely seems like a guitar player.
Guitar, for sure.
Guitar and a
cowbell.
headphones.
Yeah.
We should find some dude that looks like Harold and just have him on stage with
You
us tonight.
absolutely should. I
You
feel
know?
like it'd be the statutory trombone or the statutory something.
I love it.
Right?
This is good.
He would play the rape whistle.
For the win.
Greg, yeah.
Greg, breaking his silence for our podcast. Winning it.
We just learned he could talk like minutes ago.
He took a vow of silence
Finally
this
giving me
whole
some
year.
fucking material.
We've been very not funny up to this point. So
Yeah. No, this whole trip we've just been
seem
trolling
like a
and hating on
shitty
each other. I even ran in San Luis Obispo. I ran into this drunk girl. She's like, "What nationality are you?" I'm like, "Filipino." And she's like, and then mind you, this girl's also Asian. And she's like, "Oh my god, that's like the most annoying race out there." I'm like, "Whoa, bitch!" Just like laughing about it, being really fast. I'm like, "That sounds really fucking racist."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, it's just like the language, just like." I'm like, whoa, all right, that's true. First of all, you're right.
Slow it down, Anthony Kiedis.
And then she,
Yeah.
I forgot what type of Asian she was, but she mentioned it. And I'm like, well, why don't you say something in your language? She's all, I'm like, bitch, that's the same shit. She was drunk, you know. You got to give her a little bit of a break.
That's what,
So it
most
broke her
police
nose.
officers will do that.
Now you have that story to tell. So.
But he says give her a break, but what actually happened was she was like drunk and she's like, "Where did I leave my car at?" And so he made up a name of an establishment and told her just a random establishment. He's like, "All right, good luck."
I told her it was the place we played at that night was in San Luis. It was at Frog and Peach, and I told her Frog and Harold.
Harold strikes again.
Yeah, Harold. Yeah.
They're probably still lost.
Harold! Harold!
That sounds more believable than Frog and Peach. And
See?
Yeah.
We played at the
Eggplant
Randy
and
Harold.
Peach. We're playing at the that's what that sounds like to me. So okay, so you guys have a show tonight, and then it's Vegas tomorrow. You guys are
No,
making
so-
that track post show.
Right, so we actually are going to stay in town for a couple days. I used to live down here.
Oh.
Alan still does. And so we purposely gave ourselves a couple days in San Diego.
Nice.
These fools have never been in San Diego. Greg and Kylie have never been in San Diego over the age of 21. So we will make sure to...
nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to exploit that law.
Yeah.
We're gonna dump him in Mexico.
God damn it,
It's only like
Harold.
10 minutes away, Harold.
I brought my enhanced ID, so
So we're excited for that.
That's fun. So now we've met two people who are going to pay for the wall.
Oh, good.
You guys will be on that side. So thank you.
So we're excited for that. We're actually going to play just a little acoustic show tomorrow at Tipsy Crow as well. As
nice.
we're all familiar with.
Sweet.
Because it's always nice to play little bar gigs along the way to
Okay,
help,
wait.
Yeah.
So
help the tour.
So you guys are able to travel on tour with electric and acoustic instruments?
What are you driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Responsive.
Kylie, I'll let you take this one.
so I do photography on the side. I got a sponsorship from Budget.
Nice.
To
Oh,
grab a
sweet.
car from them, and then this guy
Yeah,
paid
so
for a car.
so he had a car from Budget that's sponsored totally, and so he's just taking lifestyle photography for them, which is dope.
Wow.
Awesome.
But because he had a car and we couldn't all fit in one car, I was like, okay, I'll get a car. And so then we show up it's like Sunday morning. We played our Seattle kickoff show on a Saturday. We meet Sunday morning to drive down to our gig in Oregon, and we pull up and we're like, holy shit. We have the exact same white Ford Fusion.
The February Feels Ford Fusion Tour 2017.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so hold up for a second though. You take lifestyle photos for Budget Rent-A-Car. What is the lifestyle that Budget Rent-A-Car is trying to facilitate and promote?
That's a good question.
And are we currently living it?
So my thing is you can't. Well, it's hard to take pictures of people without their consent, especially for advertisement and pay.
You're telling me.
So
Consent's a real bitch
Harold
these
knows.
days.
Yeah, Harold knows about
Consent's a big thing in this world.
By consent, you mean telephoto lens?
Those dark sunglasses.
that's why I wear sunglasses. No one knows where I'm looking. No, so I just take the pictures of the back of their heads
Okay.
in a really artsy way.
Nice.
You know, back of head, Golden Gate Bridge.
Nice.
Oh,
Cool,
shit.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Nice.
Very cool.
Right on. So this podcast is now brought to you by Budget.
Budget.
Rent-A-Car.
Back of your head.
Budget. Too bad it's a budget.
Too bad it's a
Budget.
Yep. There we go.
This is a good time for us, also Happy Heartbreak, to name drop Ford Fusion. If any Ford Fusion drivers or Ford Fusion employees are listening
Or
and you'd
Ford,
like
just Ford. Just
Ford
hit me
in
up.
general,
Yeah.
Kylie
if you-
Dobler.
Yeah, if you'd like to check out our Instagram and look at these awesome back of head pictures, we would gladly take more sponsorships in the future. We'll drive out a full fleet of Ford Fusions for you
Yes.
across.
Ford
the nation.
Fusion. Too bad it's a Ford Fusion. Ford Fusion.
And there goes our Ford pitch.
All right, Patreon, we need you.
That's right. You guys are on Patreon as well.
I have a Patreon account for the various projects that I'm doing.
Oh, cool.
With like travel, I have a video vlog called Bromantic Adventures that has Patreon, and I
Nice.
have it for like
I
our
already
music
love it.
stuff and some
Sweet.
other things.
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you about. You do a lot of travel stuff too on there, right? Yeah. So when you left San Diego, then you went on this like enormous trip.
Yeah.
And was the plan to end up in Seattle?
Not necessarily. Let me say this first. I love San Diego. Like I love San Diego. But I love San Diego the same way I love college.
Right.
And it was just time for me to move on. Like I feel like I was just getting this overwhelming feeling every morning that I was like waking up hungover and like just played a gig and I'd gone out because there's always a reason to go out. And I just envisioned myself one day waking up being like 55 and doing the same shit and being okay with it.
Right.
And that was the part that scared me the most. Was like, yeah, like I could totally do this. And so I just decided there's some more things I wanted to see, more things I wanted to do.
Something about empty Vegas parking lots that remind me about life outside the light. You see that painting of a Tucson wind. Rain was pouring from the sky. I've lived a good life. Wings squeezed by skyscrapers in San Diego, right by the ocean. In spring, it's best understood in Chicago. After her winters in Florida, these oceans, and I've grown to know them. These cities are like people I'd love to meet.
And so when I left San Diego, I just started traveling more. I prioritized that, so I started backpacking a lot, mainly in Southeast Asia, but a little bit in Europe and in Africa. And so, like, amongst all of that, when I got back from traveling, I'd been floating for a while. So I was just like, I need to find a place to set roots. And so I decided to do that in Seattle. I'd been there on tour a couple times, and I just love the city. It has such a heart to it, such a feel to it, and all the ups and downs of it, I was excited to take on as a new challenge.
Yeah, it's awesome. I fell in love on tour there too. Mm-hmm. It was a wonderful city. How long have you been in Seattle?
I've been paying rent for about a year and a half.
Nice.
The first year of that year and a half, though, I would only be in town for like a week or two at a time, and then I'd fly out and I'd be somewhere else. But I've been consistently there for the last 3 months. So it's been nice building on that foundation and the connections and the friends and people that I met, being in and out of town, and then finally having a chance to be there.
Because he's killing it too.
Yeah?
He's doing such a good job.
Seems like
awesome.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
from Facebook stalking.
Keep busy.
Yeah.
Right.
Harold approves. He's
So
Harold's been leaving so many kiss face emojis on everything.
How?
Go ahead.
God, you guys are the cutest.
I know.
Sharing a microphone and
worst,
finishing
man.
each other's.
Sandwiches.
oh shit.
How
I edit all excessive
Yeah.
cuteness
Yeah,
out.
let's edit.
That's not going to be
Strong edit here.
how does the scene in Seattle compare to what the music scene compare to San Diego?
Actually, Alan, why don't you answer this, because you play here professionally in San Diego, and he always has so much to say when he comes out to Seattle shows.
It's really interesting. I felt like we've been talking about this for the whole entire week, really, you know, like Seattle I feel has like it's so much more genuine. Like every time I played a show out there or just hung out to see a show, everyone's like up front on the stage, super excited, jumping up, dancing, like singing along to everyone else's lyrics. There's like just so much
That's
support, you know? You know how it is out here, just like...
Oh, we know how it is out here.
Yeah, the thing about San Diego, though, it's like you have the opportunity to get like really cool paid gigs. But those paid gigs,
Right.
like you're playing like 3 or 4 hours, cover music, and you're just kind of losing your soul, you know? So I feel like, in my opinion, even though I've been there just only a few times, but there's just a lot more support, and like there's like a culture out there, you know? Everyone really believes in each other. There's a lot more respect for musicians. Although, you know, I haven't seen a lot of like those type of paid gigs. You know, I'm really just trying to find that... where's that medium where you get paid and get the respect, and you have your soul.
I was just going to say, is there such thing as a city?
Figuring that.
We talk about that a lot. One of the
Always,
things that we've been talking about recently is like maybe the place for us, you know, maybe the way to build a following has more to do with having a satellite city, because working in San Diego, I mean, full-time living, you got it.
Yeah.
But in terms of support for your original art, you know, it's hard to get people excited. People will go out to a restaurant that has live music, but to get people out to a show, it's tough.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good shows out there and a lot of great musicians that I consider as artists, you know?
Yeah.
Out here, there's just like a lot of great technical musicians playing like cover music.
Exactly.
And it's hard because you gotta consider the environment. Like San Diego is a vacation town.
Right.
So
Right.
no one really hangs out here and like really lives here. They're just
Right.
here on vacation. And they come into a place where they don't expect live music. All of a sudden there's like this band playing for 3.5 hours, and that band keeps people in, they're drinking, the band gets paid, and this is how it works out here, you
Right,
know?
exactly.
People
And we've got
yeah.
12 months a year to
Right.
tours
That's
here,
exactly.
which is
Yeah.
huge.
The
Yeah.
only paid gigs, like the accessible paid gigs, are in the summer in Seattle, because that's when our tour
Right.
season is.
Yeah. Huh.
So that's definitely been the big trade-off for me moving up there, because I was playing down here with Alan, and then I used to be in a project called Bosun and Suede, and so we were always playing out and getting paid for things, and then I was like, oh, I'll just go up to Seattle and I'll do the same thing.
Right, yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So
Well,
getting
it's
used to
funny
it.
that we still we still do that here because so much tourism comes from the hotter states.
Yeah.
Comes from Arizona and Texas and people that are escaping the summer heat. So summer is still our season to make money.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's in the opposite way though.
Yeah. That's a good point. So the model, I would imagine, is more because there's so much good music coming out of Seattle. There's so many great musicians. It's obviously such a culture of music, but the model must be more. You've got to have a day gig
Yep.
to make it work
Yeah,
until maybe at some point you get a thing built strong enough that you can just go there.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
the bigger bands that I would consider the bigger bands in Seattle all have day
Yeah.
jobs. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
You-
like,
you
it's
guys-
a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
And the rising cost of being there too. Seattle's very quickly becoming a San Francisco with all the tech companies, specifically Amazon, and it's rising costs. It's all of that. So it's an interesting time to be there, but I think it has lots of opportunity, and I'm excited to get back from tour and find ways to exploit that.
Yeah, you guys have my boy. You guys have Reggie Watts,
Oh yeah.
resident there,
yeah.
don't you? Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so in love with that man. Reggie, hit me up on Grindr.
Could start a misinformation band together.
Oh yeah, dude. Reggie would totally join Post Truth and the Alternative Facts.
Oh yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah. He would. Yeah.
Cool joke?
Yes.
Quite. Very quite indeed.
Awkward.
So wait, okay, so you have Happy Heartbreak, the album. But are you guys writing together now new stuff? Is that
in my diary.
We all write.
which is also sponsored by Budget?
It's a communal diary.
An hour diary.
Ours.
diary.
Thank you.
Our diary.
For our set that we've been playing on this tour, it's been mostly songs off of the CD, Highways and Cityscapes. You can get it on iTunes or stream it for free on Spotify. I don't know why I whispered it like a creep.
That wasn't Craig. That was Harold. Came in the door.
But yeah, we've been mainly playing songs off that. But there are 2 songs that are not on the CD that we play regularly every show, and they're 2 of our favorites. And then we've been working on some other songs while on tour and just trying to figure out how we want to get it together. And so we do have some recording time at a studio when we get back in March.
Nice.
To probably put together just like a small EP to get some of these new songs together and have some sort of release in 2017.
That's exciting.
That actually, you know what? Do you guys? It sounds like. Do you guys do some writing, rehearsing on the road?
When we get a chance
Is that
to.
part of your routine?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that's really nice about this band is that like these guys are just such talented musicians and they genuinely, authentically are passionate about playing. And so inevitably, when we get up, if we have like a couple hours before we have to go, like we're all like taking showers and getting ready, and someone will pull out an instrument, and then as soon as one person does, someone else is like, oh, okay. And so it kind of it always happens organically, which is nice when you are trying to run a band and you want your band to practice.
Right.
And they do it on their own. You're like, oh, yes.
Right.
Good job, team.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So I guess that brings up the question of lodging, because we do a lot of couch surfing and tour sleeper
Yeah,
as
Greg's
well.
on Tour Sleeper.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You're on tour sleeper as well. So that's always kind of a weird thing. You're waking up in somebody's living room or
Yeah.
somebody's spare bedroom. So it feels a little weird to bust out the instruments
It does.
sometimes.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
Not if you're naked.
Yeah, dude. Remember the last
Right,
room
yeah.
we stayed at? It had a spotlight for us and just a mattress and a tripod.
We let Harold come up with the place to stay.
Right.
We can
The only
so I can work on our form later.
Work on the stage presence.
Right. The only questions were like shoe size. And weird.
It is weird though, because we stayed at a house the other day, and I had been drinking. We'd all been drinking, but I woke up in the middle of the night trying to go use the restroom. But I opened the garage door because I thought it was the right door and set off this like house security alarm.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
And so then
Like, ding, 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 Craig's trying to piss in the garage.
I'm like, shit. I'm like looking around like,
Craig's just like, no, guys, I was just taking your new flat screen TV to go pee.
so yeah, that you always have those moments.
Those are the greatest stories on the road. Is
Oh, yeah.
the things that happen in the moment when you're really embarrassed by it, but then like the next day you're like, hey, remember when I almost peed in the garage
Yeah.
because I set the alarm
She says
off?
almost like,
I mean, I did. I
we
did,
remember
but-
the time.
Well, normally they're just embarrassing stories, but because we have a photographer in the group,
Oh, that's right.
they tend to be
it's all over Budget
embarrassing
Rent-A-Car's website.
video.
Everything you guys do.
like we were on
I'm
the
so screwed.
budget. Please don't listen to this.
Just the back of their heads, though. It's
Yeah.
not-
We'll bleep
Well,
it every time.
So we were playing on like
Just beep.
car rental. We were playing on the beach in Oregon on like one of our driving days and taking all these pictures. And I was like feeling all like confident and cocky. And there's this like stump just on the beach. And I was like, oh, I'm going to like run, jump off of it, do this awesome heel click like Christian Bale in the Newsies. Yeah, see, you saw it. That's what I'm saying. Is most of the time when you're on tour, you do dumb shit and you just laugh about it and people talk about it. But on this tour, everyone's like, so I saw your video where you fell on your ass. Like, you fell so hard and made such a little dainty sound as you were doing it.
It's on Facebook.
It's so on Facebook. So I've quickly had to learn to swallow my pride when it comes to these embarrassing
Yeah,
stories.
we didn't
and
have
moments.
shit for like media for this tour, and that was the first thing.
Yeah,
Craig
that's perfect.
falling.
No one posted anything. It was
Like,
like,
awesome.
Come
No
see
one
us on
posted
tour.
anything,
And here's
and
Craig
then-
falling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there was a
Craig
period where
falling.
100% of your social media
Yes.
presence on this tour
was
was that.
just Craig
solely
falling.
me falling.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so
We're gonna make a dubstep video out of it.
So if you've never heard Happy Heartbreak, we're really cool. We're really smooth, charming, and cool. That's our persona. So feel free to remember that part.
That'll be the tag right there.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Hashtag crazy sexy cool.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Happy Heartbreak. Speaking of your persona and the rules to things, fill me in on Buffalo. I want to know.
Ah, shit.
Oh, yeah.
You guys play a game called.
Can't do it. It's a secret.
Okay.
Is it really
Well,
secret? We
it's-
can't.
Anyone that's listening that is already a Buffalo or a member of Buffalo knows, and that means they also know that we're not allowed to tell you the rules of Buffalo.
Shit, I've been telling everyone. I'm like trying to recruit people.
This is the worst.
I'm like, this is how you do it.
But basically, like if you decide you want to join Buffalo, what's the swearing in phrases?
Once a buffalo, always a buffalo. Hold up your right hand, boo.
You don't have to say
that
boo.
works.
He
That works.
he clearly paraphrases and chooses
but
which
you don't
rules
have to not.
to follow. But yeah, once a buffalo, always a buffalo, and it's a drinking game where if there's another buffalo, then I guess I'll just say you have to be careful with how you drink your beverages, or you may have to end up chugging your drink, and this could happen at any time
For the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life, for sure.
It's terrifying.
Right.
So yeah,
And it's blood in, blood out, right? Like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
buffalo
makes-
in, buffalo out.
That sounds like a really
Yeah.
painful initiation.
Exactly. I don't even have to explain it. You know.
Although after a lot of Buffalo in, I feel like the Buffalo out would be delightful.
It would be a breeze.
Just relatively.
That's right. Someday when we're showing to each other's funerals, like, well, I guess he's out of Buffalo.
Once Craig Buffalo's in you, then it's a breeze.
Yeah.
Is there anything you absolutely want to promote? This will probably be out March 1st-ish.
Sure.
So you'll be home from the tour, but if you have anything that you want to... I mean, it's a podcast. Anyone can listen to it at any time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think just go check out the music and decide how you connect with it yourself. Happy Heartbreak, we're on all social media. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, like all those sorts of things.
Tell them about the tote bag.
Oh, and if you want to buy merch, so we've already sold out of half of our merch on the way down.
Hey.
We have like shirts. We have black shirts with like the logo, and the artwork's really dope. I have a friend in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and so I had her do the artwork. So that's really exciting to be able to like feature an artist friend.
That's awesome.
And so that's rad. We have these beanies that we thought no one would want, and we sold out of those, which is really great. And then my favorite piece of merch that we have, other than the Shake Weight and the Goonies DVD, is we have tote bags. So unfortunately, if you catch us on the rest of this tour, or if you're listening to this after the fact and you were there and you're upset that we didn't have tote bags,
You can go to the soon-to-be Etsy store.
yeah. Well, they're getting
Harold's
so popular.
doing eyebrows.
Yeah, heavy.
So the tote bag is just like our logo and Happy Heartbreak on one side, but then on the other side it just says emotional baggage.
Trademark.
Yeah. And so it's just gone over well because no one ever buys it for themselves, but they always have a friend that needs this.
Always for a friend.
And it should be noted too that
Just like the shake weight.
exactly. I was just gonna say it should be noted that although the shake weights are sold out, you can buy any Happy Heartbreak product and do the jerk off motion with it. It can be it can be a shake tote.
Oh my god.
Sure.
We should do
You'll
that.
still get the same tone.
Please, whenever you're listening to Happy
Tricep.
Heartbreak or even thinking about Happy Heartbreak, just
Masturbate.
use this.
And when you guys see them at shows, go to a Happy Heartbreak show, do the jerk off
Yeah.
motion. It's
They'll
good
know.
for the triceps, the
They'll know.
biceps.
Yeah, if you do,
the-
it's a workout. We like to make sure that Happy Heartbreak is a full body experience.
Yes.
You try to get everyone to come to your shows.
Yeah.
full Buffalo, you guys.
Yeah. The whole band of Happy
Buffalo in,
Heartbreak has just
Buffalo out.
one strong arm.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, we're very certain that we're gonna get this Ford Fusion sponsorship. Just want to make sure I keep putting that confidence out
Oh,
into
you got
into the interwebs.
Got to.
Hashtag climax for Henry.
Henry Ford, you guys. Come on, I'm with you.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. God, open a book. God damn.
The man just learned to talk.
Know your history.
Oh, shit.
He's already joking at like a 40-year-old level.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming. That was
Thanks for
awesome.
having us.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Thank you.
coming into our home
Yeah,
and bringing
man.
honey whiskey.
Enjoy the rest of your
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
your
guys
show
so much.
tonight.
Don't do anything we would do.
Well,
No promises.
It's probably not as bad as what we would.
All the things.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, leave a comment about all the things we should be doing on tour.
Yeah.
Please.
Do that.
yes, I'll take
at
suggestions.
At least for the next tour.
And guys, don't just put drugs. That's obvious.
Oh,
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
Who hasn't done drugs today?
Actually, has been a pretty. If you think about it that way, we're talking about all these drugs. It's been a boring tour.
Yeah.
Like, the only group thing we've done is just like group chats and eating bananas.
We were eating so many bananas together.
Dude, we were in Eugene and we were walking down the street late at night before a gig, and we're all walking down the street just eating bananas. It's cold, and we're like,
That's the weirdest thing.
it's not running down our noses.
The
It's so
banana
cold.
boys just. The banana boys are in town eating their bananas. It's gonna be a good show. I heard they got shake weights.
So creepy.
I want to see that band. If I saw you guys walking down the street with bananas,
Like-
talking about shake weights, I'd be like, yes, I'm going to that show. I
I'm
don't
sure
even
that
care.
girl came by again later in the evening to that gig, like, aren't those the boys with those bananas?
Those are the banana boys. Oh man. So yeah, this interview has gone just so well.
It could not have gone better. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Happy Heartbreak. They use every part of the buffalo.
Music in this episode provided by Happy Heartbreak. Us. That's us.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ding, ding, ding. Craig's trying to piss in the garage, everyone.